Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I'm Star. The message I heard is genetical. The scripture comes from Ezekiel 4:6. After you have finished this, lie down again, this time on your right side, and bear the sin of the people of Judah. I have assigned you 40 days, a day for each year. Turn your face toward the siege of Jerusalem, and with bared arm prophesy against her. I will tie you up with ropes so that you cannot turn from one side to the other until you have finished the days of your siege. God said for somebody that there is something going on genetically. It's something about your family. It's something about, like, I just feel like family ties with this message. And for whoever this is for, God said that He is using you to end something. And, you may not understand it. You may not be able to see clearly what's going on. But even just because you don't know there's a battle, don't mean that it doesn't exist. Just because you don't know there's a war doesn't mean it doesn't exist. A lot of people like to come on here and talk about generational curse breakers and things of this such. And for some of y'all, it's subtle. Like the war that's going on is subtle, and you can, like, I'm being reminded of one of the messages that God led me to release earlier, and how, for somebody it's a situation with somebody, they always trying to take your person. God said what you don't even realize is this is deeper than that. For some of y'all, this is someone that wants to trap you into slavery, and they can't, and they mad. And because they can't and they mad, they keep on doing this here, trying to make you feel it's like this is someone, they feel like they punishing you. Since you don't want to do what they want you to do, you don't want to sell yourself, they gonna try to make sure that you can't have your happily ever after, and you won't ever have a man, and you won't ever have a wife, and you won't ever be able to ride off into the sunset. Because how dare you, and who do you think you are to think that they not, because you not allowing them to sell you, because you not allowing them to do this, that, and the third. And for some of y'all, these people really got it in their mind, this is a tradition, I had to do it, and my mother did it, and my granny, and baby, that's your business. And like, you know what I'm saying, I just felt like when it come down to it, some of y'all, the people that's trying to do this to you, they was supposed to stop, but they didn't, one reason or another. God said, like, it's such a little subtle thing, but in reality, He would much rather you be single by yourself with your feet kicked up, celibate, single, and happy, than for you to be married but not really married. Because, you know what I'm saying, I'm being reminded of a message I received about a couple where they were married legally, but they weren't married in God's eyes because the husband was the wife's pimp. That's not marriage as defined by God. That's marriage defined by Satan. God said for some of y'all, it's like you not able to see it from the standpoint that God see it. And it don't mean that you gonna be single forever. It doesn't mean that you'll never find anyone. It doesn't mean that your life will be like that. But I just feel like God is saying for somebody, the things that you think are so bad and it's so terrible and you can't believe this, that, and the third, like, in reality, even if it is somebody that keep going around, for some of y'all, this person is going around every time you dating someone, lying to them, talking about that they sell you. That's what they do. They don't sell you. You don't like it, and that's what it is. But you know the truth. And even if these people believe the lie, that don't mean that all of a sudden it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like God is saying it will be much better for you to be single, happy, and free than for you to be in what looks to be a happy relationship, quote unquote, happy relationship, miserable, and basically a slave. And, that's just what it is. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. I'm just being real. For somebody, that's just what it is. And it like, you don't even realize that the only reason this person keep doing it, they mad. They are angry. The demons controlling them are absolutely furious that you're not going. It's not, things are not going according to plan, is what God is saying. And it's not gonna. Because he's not playing about you. He said it's time for this to come to a close. It's time for it to come to an end. You know what I'm saying? I'm being reminded of when an artist was being interviewed, and she said with a straight face that she's a thought. Her mama was a thought. Her aunt was a thought. Her grandmother was a thought. And it's been going on generation. She said all the way back to slavery. She said that, like, the interviewer started laughing. She was serious. And, that's a curse. That is a curse. That's a curse. How can somebody proudly state that everybody in their family were prostitutes? That is a curse. God says it's time for some of this stuff. It got to be knocked down. It got to come to a close. Even if it means, for some of you, y'all still going to get married and have kids because God promised you that already. But for some of you, you're not called to get married. You called to be single because it's time for that curse to come to an end. That's not something to be proud of. That's a generational curse. And how so many people like they don't see that and they don't have understanding of that. It is mind-boggling. It's shocking. It's appalling. God says some of y'all, it's okay. Okay, they talking about, well, you gonna be alone with a bunch of cats. Cats are pleasant. They are. They are very pleasant. They are very kind. They are considerate. They don't stress you out. You know what I'm saying? They cuddle when they feel like it, and when they don't feel like cuddling, they go on about their business. I can't say even a cat that have a lot of mood swings and that's grumpy is more pleasant than some people. And I'm just being real. And I just feel like for whoever this for, God would rather see you in a house by yourself with a bunch of cats than being sold off into slavery. And that's just what it is. He would rather that. He would rather that. I just feel like it. That's just what it is. And God said it's generational. And some people ain't going to want to listen to this. Some people ain't going to want to hear this. And so for a lot of people that got this going on in their family, it's shh, hush, hush. God said, sound the alarm. It's coming to a close. It's coming to an end. It's time to put a stop to that mess. That's a curse. It's not something to be proud of. It's not something that should be clapped and rewarded. And for some of you, it may, for some of you, it may carry on with other people. It may carry on with other family members. It may carry on with other people that you know of. But God said, as far as you and your line, is coming to an end. And that's the end of it. It's coming to a close. And that's the end of it. No more. It stops there. Whew. Baby. Yeah, he said no more of that. It's not a good. God said this is not a tradition anybody should be proud of. It's not a tradition that should be rewarded, that should be celebrated. And for some of you, you may deal with situations. I'm being reminded of this dream I had years ago. And in the dream, it was two sisters and their father. And one sister was always being rewarded with shopping sprees and trips, and she do this and that and the third. And the other sister was like, why come my father doesn't do that for me? And why come me and my father don't have a relationship like he has a relationship with her? But the message was, the father had that relationship with that sister because there were things that he was selling her. So it's kind of like that was secret. It was hush hush, but it was a reason. It's like the daughter was being rewarded for doing those deeds. And simultaneously she would act a little funny towards her sister because she's mad that she got to do that. God said, for whoever this is for, it's coming to a close when it comes to you. That's the end. It's no more of that. There's not going to be any more of that. And even if it's a situation like that there, I don't know who was supposed to hear that about that dream where, one sister got something else going on and the other sister is doing what God said. Then, like, what I'm saying, any kids that you have, you and your line, that's not going to be going on there, even if it carries on with the other one. And what I'm saying? But God said it will be a domino effect eventually. But as of right now, progress, progress, slowly but for surely. Anyways, that's the message. God said for some of y'all, it's gonna be quite a few rich auntie vibes, where you're not gonna have any kids, but you're gonna be good, laid in the shade because God got you. But God said it ends here. It's no more of that. That's the message, y'all. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Deuces.